Well, we have officially made it to Utah, so now we get to put our Utah sticker on. After driving just a few short hours, we decided to stop for the night in a quiet place to continue looking into our plans in the upcoming days. As we were looking for locations to visit in Utah, we decided that Bryce Canyon was going to be our first big stop. On the way to Bryce Canyon, we found that the weather was going to turn bad, and it seemed that snow was in the forecast for the next 3 days. After driving what seemed like forever down the interstate, we decided we would find a better road to travel. We turned south down State Road 89 and headed towards Bryce Canyon. Upon our travels, we stumbled upon the little town called Circleville, Utah. This is a town of only 500 people and not many things to do, but they just happen to have a nice little RV park called Circleville RV Park and Country Store. We decided this was going to be our place, that we were going to stay for the next 3 days and ride the storm out. Although Circleville, Utah doesn't have much to do, the little town holds a famous historic site, which is a house that Robert Leroy Parker, better known as Butch Cassidy, grew up. For those of you who don't know, Butch Cassidy was a U.S. train robber and bank robber and the leader of a gang of criminal outlaws known as the Wild Bunch in the Old West. His family home still sits outside of Circleville, Utah, and it is something that you can actually go visit. Once the storm had passed, it was finally time to start making our way to Bryce Canyon National Park. If you're looking for a campground, we have made it to Bryce Visitors Center. Here are their giant solar panels. And if you look way out there, you can see old Merv. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
It's currently 7:30. It was a long night last night, pretty cold, and kept having to get up and check the heat in the generator, but we have made it into Bryce Canyon National Park for our hike. It's currently 32 degrees. It was 30 this morning when we left old Merv on a holiday weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend, and we made it here again by 7:30, and we are at Sunset parking lot, and there's maybe 5 or 6 cars in the parking lot on a Saturday morning. So if you guys want a good spot to park, then come early, and that'll allow you a good spot to park. So anyway, we're gonna go do some hiking in Bryce Canyon, and we're gonna take you guys along with us. So
Yay!
let's go have fun.
I need my map. Gotta have a map. Okay, if you're all wearing your cast, I'm gonna get mine. Okay.
In today's world, it seems that people can't survive without their phones and social media. It seems that most think that buying material things will make them happy, and keeping up with the Joneses is something everyone is striving to do. We found ourselves living this same way. Upon looking at this view for the first time, like most of you, we see the beauty in the world. We get a feeling of freedom, a feeling of how small we really are, and how life seems to be going by faster and faster. We choose to allow that feeling, along with the memories that we will have, be a part of what makes us happy.
We made it to Queen's Garden. It was a beautiful hike. About 320 feet, I believe, elevation. And here's a little tip for it. At Bryce Canyon, weathering can alter huge rocks within a human lifetime. Rain and frost wedging carve these stones into curious shapes, including the Queen Victoria hoodoo, which was named for a statue in London, England. If you use your imagination, you might see the hoodoo queen riding an animal, but they don't tell you which kind, and they tell you to use your imagination to see what kind of animal she's riding. I don't know. We can't figure out what animal it is, but it's up there. Leave in the comments below what animal you think she's riding.
If you're not an early bird and you're looking for a way to beat the traffic going into the national park, we found a wonderful bike path from the town of Bryce all the way into the national park. The bike path is paved and is around an 8-mile round trip. It was less than 500 feet elevation gain, and it takes you from the town of Bryce all the way to Inspiration Point. The path offered great views through many trees and allowed us to not have to sit in traffic and also not have to ride the bus. We found this path to be a great alternative, allowed us to enjoy a nice sunny ride and see beautiful views of the park in a different way. Good early morning to you. Just give you a glance at what we woke up to this morning. And it's still snowing. Like this morning we woke up to some cow elk down there. Now in the background there's an antelope, which seems to make everybody pretty curious. Let's see how this goes. Something we just learned. As you've seen, it is snowing very hard. Very wet snow. It's supposed to get really cold tonight and snow a lot more, so we decided to go ahead and get out of here. Probably should have decided that yesterday. But
which we knew it was going to snow today, but we didn't think it would be this much. So that's why we didn't move yesterday.
Yeah, it called for more rain than it did snow, and instead it's colder and it's snowing pretty hard, pretty heavy. So, but the lesson we learned was when it's snowing this hard and the snow is really wet, heavy snow, whenever you're trying to put your slide in, you may have to check the top of your slide. As we went to put the slide in, it started acting really funny.
Yeah, it was like popping, and then at the bottom it was starting to lift up, so it wasn't sliding in like it always does. Yeah. So we knew something was wrong, so we pulled it back out, and Tori got up and looked at the top of the slide, and it was packed full of snow. Yeah, so the more the slide went in, the harder the snow packed on top of it, not allowing the slide to go in. So had to get the ladder back out, get the, what's that called?
The scraper?
Get the scraper out. It's been a long morning already. Get the scraper out and actually push the snow off the top of the slide so we could get it to go in properly. So, lesson learned. If that happens to you, or if you're in the snow, before you put your slide in, have a ladder or something out you can get on top of your slide, push all the snow off really fast, and then pull the slide in
Good thing
so you
to
don't
check.
mess your slide up.
Yeah. So now we'll see how we do getting out of this muddy mess.
Yeah, so it's going to be a muddy drive out, but it's supposed to continue to snow more tonight. Which I think it's just going to get worse, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here while we can, hopefully.
Yep. We have our hot tea, and we're ready for a little travel day.
Yeah.
Headed
So,
to Zion.
let's at least try to make it back to town for now, so
Yeah.
wish us luck. So for those of you who think that RV living is all glamorous and so much fun, think about this. You guys living in your house, you just get to flush your toilet whenever you're done. Not worry about it anymore. We, if we're using our toilet, our shower, everything else, we have to dump our tanks. And whenever the weather's like this, it doesn't matter, you still have to dump your tanks. So, this is what it's like to stand outside in the snow, rain, cold, wet, and dumping your nasty tanks.